Algebra 2 worksheet 3.2b, I'm on the back in the review section. And in this video I'm going to look at numbers 18 and 19, where we have to graph each system of inequalities. And it says in the directions to shade or darken only the solution region. Now in this first one, I have x plus y. I'm going to look at, again, 18 and 19. X plus y is greater than negative 3. What I want is I want y by itself, so it's in slope-intercept modes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move that x. I'll show the work up here. I'm going to move that x to the other side. So it starts as x plus y is greater than negative 3. I'm going to subtract the x. So I'm left with y is greater than negative x minus 3. Now what that does is it gives me the y-intercept of negative 3. So I'm down 1, 2, 3. There's my y-intercept. And it gives me a slope. This number in front is negative 1. So my slope is a rise of negative 1 over a run of 1. So from here down 1 from negative 1 over 1, there's my slope. I keep doing that. And backwards this direction. And since there's no or equals, this is a dashed line. And this is greater than, so the shading would actually be above this line. I'm going to put little arrows to show the solution will be above this line. Now the second inequality we have to graph is y is less than negative 1. So now we're going to go to the y-axis, because it's the only variable they're giving us is the y. And go to negative 1, which is right there. When the y is alone, that's a horizontal line. So it's still, there's still no bar, so it's still a dashed line. So there's my second inequality, that horizontal line through the y-intercept of negative 1. Now it says less than this line, so the shading for this line would go in between, or sorry, underneath that dashed line. And notice that when I put those arrows are pointing towards each other here in this region. That tells me that this is my solution in between these two lines. I'm below this one and I'm above this one. Number 19 doesn't give us any with slope or intercept. It just gives us a vertical line and a horizontal line. The x is greater than or equal to 1. Since the x is the only variable, tells me that on positive 1 I have a point, and that'd be like an x-intercept. And this line is going to go up and down. Now it's or equal to, so it's a solid line straight up and down. The y less than 1 gives me an intercept at positive 1. And like this one, this dashed line was horizontal through negative 1. Now I'm going to have a dashed line, there's no or equal, through that positive 1. Now if we think about the shading, x is greater than or equal to 1, that's this line. Greater than this line would be to the right of that line. Anything to the right is greater. So this one's going to point this direction. For the dashed line, y is less than 1, that's below. And again, we're looking for where those arrows meet, which is in this region right here. So I'm going to shade this part. There's my graphs for both 18 and 19.